I remember, in my dreams, there's a red eye in the sky.
A red eye?
The eye stared at us. I was so scared. So I followed Spark and ran. Night fell and then... Don't be afraid, Ruby.
You're back, Executor.
Miss Lynn, how is Ruby?
Lyra said that Ruby woke up from a nightmare, but before she did, she mumbled the name Innis.
Inners?
Innis was the name of the second city built by Meroria to house its increasing population. It's located northwest of Meroria and extends all the way from an underground, but Ruby has never been to that underwater city. I don't know how she knew about it. Besides, Ruby is yet to be able to accurately debrief us on what she saw in her dream. She does not even remember ever mentioning the name Innis. I mean, she was just woken up and is not completely stable. I plan to let her rest for a few days. Let's go check on Rubelia first. She's in another lab, under Archon Larson's watch.
Lynn, are you going...
We'll be back soon.
doctor's brain activity remains at a low level. Dr. Clive suggests that we transfer Dr. Rubelia to the listener testing ground for in-depth studies.
We cannot treat Rubelia as one of... Tianlong, did you say Dr...
More accurately, it's from inside the Abysson's brain. The Crystamax implant caused changes in her. However, we have no way of knowing if this also...
Sadly, the doctor is unable to communicate with us.
Ruby said she saw a glowing red eye in her dreams. I wonder if she's talking about...
But Ruby has never been to the
Maybe Ruby and Rubelia share a special bond that links their senses or consciousness.
I agree with Lynn. It also matches the data we found in the lab. The Grace...
Right, that makes sense. The message Rubelia left in the Abyss also... But these are all hypotheses. We'll have to wait for Dr. Rubelia to regain her
Everyone, everything that has happened today... Lyra, you and Dr. Clive must find a way to wake Dr. Rubelia up ASAP. And about Ruby. Lynn, you'll be responsible for her.
Yes, sir.
As for Innes, we still don't know what Rubelia was trying to say. I will have Innes's security level raised, even though they're...
Is something bothering you, Shirley? Miss Lynn has been filling me in on exactly what's going on with Dr. Rubelia these past few days. It looks like Miss Lyra and her colleagues might have found a way to rouse the doctor. Her neural activity is increasing every day. But we're all a bit worried about what form exactly our reunion will take when the good doctor wakes. These concerns have prompted Archon Larson to transfer the doctor to the Silver Coast Research Station. What do you think? Do you think Dr.
I don't think the process has stripped Dr. Rubelia of her human capacity for reason and thinking. Her actions seem... And when she bravely ventured alone into the abyss, she also left us with invaluable visual records and...
Think of the sacrifices she's made to understand these gray space entities, and how horrible it must be to keep at arm's length, treated as something potentially dangerous and inhuman. I can't help feeling that we have not done right.
It's a tough situation. But when she made...
I just hope everything she's done will turn out worthwhile in the end.
Executor, Miss Shirley?
What is it, Lyra?
I just picked up a message from the Silver Coast Research Station. Dr. Rubelia has awoken and Lynn is already on her way there, and I wanted to ask you to come with me to help.
Understood. We'll leave...
The doctor was only able to rouse herself briefly, which allowed for a short interaction with. She released some kind of black fog that has obscured all our attempts to observe what's going on inside the pod. Subsequent attempts at communication have met with no reply.
I see. And so what?
She said that large numbers of gray space entities have been summoned by the Hive Mother and are heading for the deep ocean near Innis, where there are some things they are very interested in.
What's this Hive Mother? A gray space entity that's higher up the chain of command?
I'm afraid a definitive answer may require the doctor's input. Our main concern right now, Archon Larson has already put patrols near Innis on high alert. But recently, we haven't received any reports of a gray. It's possible the gray space entities have found a way to cloak their arrival via an. Director Ava, did Rubelia?
No, and I'm afraid she did not appear to be in the best state of mind. She claimed to be suffering under the effects of the Hive Mother's will, and that she was not able to interact much at. Stasis chamber data anomaly. Miss Lin, the doctor's.
I can hear you.
Rubelia.
But the Hive Mother can hear you too.
Where is the Hive Mother?
In my head, whatever I see, whatever I hear, she hears and sees. And I can't escape her. Even
She can sense your surroundings somehow? Using your eyes?
any gray space entity can become the eyes and ears of the Hive Mother if she so chooses. Nor can I do anything to resist her will. I know that when she looks at me, she can see whatever. Right now, when the bulk of her attention is still focused on the Innis artifact under the sea, I can maybe conceal a little bit of what I'm thinking from her. But I'm not sure how long that.
What is this artifact under the sea?
I don't know. I can't fully comprehend the will of the Hive Mother. All I know is she's calling me, and the call is getting stronger and stronger. She needs all of her millions of children to go and
Release her?
the Hive Mother herself is currently imprisoned within a cage of black stone. But the power of the cage is gradually weakening. And when finally that cage is broken, the Hive Mother will reemerge.
A cage of black stone? Could it be deep under the sea at Innis?
I can't get any kind of accurate sense of the Hive Mother's current location.
It's difficult to imagine what kind of person could have the power to cage the Hive.
I don't know much about that. I have no access to the minds of those powerful abyssins. But as for I'm still trying to establish closer contact with them. And some kind of rapport.
Rubelia?
The stasis chamber's readout has returned to normal.
Listen carefully. She is keeping a close eye on me. I have to retreat back into the fog. She can use all my senses for her own purposes. Only the fog blocks her vision. Innis, you have to.
If what the doctor just said is true, then I'm afraid the entire region may not be the friendly human habitat. I will inform Hykros headquarters of what has transpired here, and
It doesn't look like the doctor is capable of many conversations in her present state, Archon Larson. But she must know even more than what
Yes, we'll have to see whether we can minimize or cut off the Hive Mother's influence. It might help to stabilize her. Lyra, can I leave that to you?
Yes, sir.
For the time being, Dr. Rubelia will have to remain confined within her pod. We can't risk bringing her back to Meroria at this stage. Director Eva, an executor team.
Yes, sir.
As for Inners, Lynn, can you organize a team to investigate? And if necessary, we...
Understood.
Time is against us. I suggest using the long...
And as for Rubelia...
Don't worry, Miss Lynn. We'll look after her.
Very well. Executor, Shirley, let's go. The power of the stars and moon. Think before you act. The power of the stars and moon. The power of the stars and moon.